last June, I moved home from Cardiff, Wales to East Texas, and no longer was doing everything I was passionate about, and felt like I was applying to job after job after job, and I would get so close and be like, Lord, this is perfect, this is it, and it would fall through. And so I really struggled trusting the Lord with what was next, and knowing that He had me and He was going to put me perfectly where I needed to be. At the start of September, I started to apply for jobs in Austin, and quickly ended up moving here about a month later, and throughout that process applied to be an intern at If Gathering. I ended up getting this internship, and day one sat in staff meetings and ended up leaving that day driving home grinning from ear to ear, because for the first time in 3 months I was finally doing what I was passionate about again. If Gathering is a women's ministry that desires to gather, equip, and unleash this next generation of women to live out their purposes and calling. We are gonna come alongside them and help encourage them and catalyze them to do that. The Gather, we have a gathering that happened in February. 1,200 women came. It sold out in 42 minutes. And then over 100,000 people watched it online as well. And it was just an incredible weekend where women's lives were genuinely changed. During that weekend, I 100% felt like I was in my sweet spot. I loved every second of it. I loved the build-up, the logistics and all that going to it, but then I loved the leading of volunteers on the day, getting to come alongside them and love them and serve them well so that they love and serve the attendees well. Post If Gathering, I just was talking to the Lord and was like, Lord, this is exactly what I feel like I'm made for. This is exactly what I want to do and what I want to be a part of. And so for a few months after If, just really trusted Him with what was next. And I didn't know if it was going to be If or if it was going to be something different out of that, but just had a lot of peace that whatever it was going to be, He was going to provide. And so I had conversations over the last few months with If staff, and we have now come to a conclusion. I don't know if that's the word, but I am going to come back on in June. I'm going to get to continue to be the volunteer coordinator, but under a bigger umbrella that's called Event Operations and Logistics, and so kind of all of those logistics that have to do with events, and for If Gathering as a whole as well. But I'm also going to get to be the intern team lead, and so what that means is interns are coming in August, and I get to come alongside them and help them out with whatever they need to transition well into Austin, but also to get to help build community with them. I had a friend call me or text me the day after I had a conversation with Jenny Allen that I was officially going to come on with If, and she texted me and said, what's the job sitch? And I texted her back kind of the update, and she was like, that's awesome. I wanted to know in general, but also last night I was praying and I really felt like the Lord wanted me to send you a check for next month. And then I started talking to my husband, and I told him that you might be fundraising for If, and we want to support you. And so at 7 a.m. I shed some tears and was like, Lord, look at you. You are in control and you are so good. And I don't get it. I don't know why He's so faithful and so good to us, but I am so excited to watch Him provide. So this is where you come in. I need your support, and I promise you I am humbly coming to you because I know that I've asked before. I know that for 2 years in Cardiff, some of you were faithful providers, so that I could be there and be overseas and living out my call there. And I know I'm in America, and I know that there are ways that I can make money here, but this is so clear that this is what I'm supposed to do next. I would love for you to pray about how you can help. I need monthly support from June 1st to the end of July of 2015, 14 months. And then I also need upfront support. And so I would love for you to be able to pray about what or if the Lord wants you to give. I'm excited about this season because I know that it's such a sweet time of trusting in the Lord. And so I'm excited about that, and I'm grateful for y'all.